Have you ever noticed an unusual procession of ants invading your home for no apparent reason? Have you ever thought that their presence could have a deeper spiritual meaning than a simple infestation? What if there was a hidden message, an esoteric interpretation behind their incessant coming and going? In this video, drawing on ancient Buddhist wisdom, we will explore the spiritual meaning behind the appearance of ants in your home, offering you new insights for your spiritual growth. Like this video now, share it with anyone who might be interested, and prepare to be surprised. What you discover could change the way you see these little beings forever. A small group of people gathered before him, sitting silently on the polished wooden floor. They had come from different parts of Japan, drawn by Kaido's reputation as an enlightened spiritual leader, capable of finding wisdom even in the humblest manifestations of daily life. After a long moment of quiet, a shy woman in a simple kimono broke the silence. "Master," she asked in a soft voice, "I have noticed an unusual presence of ants in my house lately. I don't understand where they come from or why there are so many of them. Could there be a deeper meaning to this?" A slight smile curled Kaido's thin lips. "Dear disciple," he replied in a calm and reassuring tone of voice, "on the path of awakening, nothing is insignificant. Every creature, every event, even the appearance of small ants in your home, can conceal a precious lesson if we are willing to listen with an open heart." Kaido folded his hands in his lap and his gaze grew thoughtful. "For countless ages," he began, his voice a gentle whisper that filled the silence of the temple, "humanity has regarded ants with a mixture of awe and respect. Their incessant industriousness, their impeccable organization, their tireless tenacity have made them, in many cultures, symbols of discipline, cooperation, and resilience, but their spiritual significance goes far beyond these obvious qualities." The monk paused briefly, allowing his words to sink in. In ancient China, he continued, ants were believed to represent the wisdom of silent effort, proof that true strength does not always manifest itself with clamor, but with perseverance and perseverance. In African mysticism, their presence in the home was often interpreted as a harbinger of impending change, a sign that something was transforming, for better or for worse. And in Native American traditions, ants were considered guardians of order, appearing only when an energy was out of balance and needed to be restored. An old man with thinning white hair stepped forward. "Master, but why now? Why did the ants appear in my house at this precise moment in my life? What are they trying to tell me?" Kaito nodded slowly. "That is the crucial question, my dear friend. Nothing happens by chance in the universe. Ants do not act without a purpose. They move in perfect synchronicity, as if following an invisible plan. If they have crossed the threshold of your home, it is because there is a deeper reason, a message that the universe, or the life force that pervades everything, is trying to communicate to you." The monk looked at the attentive faces of his disciples. "Remember," he said emphatically, "your home is not simply a physical space. It is a reflection of your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy." Many spiritual traditions hold that everything that happens inside a home is an echo of what is going on in the minds and spirits of those who inhabit it. And when ants appear, it is often because something significant is happening on a deeper level. If ants have started invading your home, Keiko explained, it could be an urgent call for organization. I don't just mean order in your physical space, but harmony in your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions. The ant appears when there is something that requires immediate attention, something that has been ignored for too long. Perhaps you are putting off important tasks, neglecting your responsibilities, or allowing procrastination to take over. Their presence reminds you that it is time to act. The monk gestured with his hand, as if caressing a thought, but their presence can also have a deeper, more spiritual meaning. In some cultures, ants inside the house are seen as a sign that a hidden force is working in your life, building energy, telling you that it is time to sow with patience and discipline to reap great results. But it can also be a warning. If they appear chaotically, if they multiply uncontrollably, if they invade spaces where they were not before, it could reveal that something or someone is absorbing your energy, draining your vitality, interfering with your peace, pay attention to where the ants appear. Kaito leaned forward slightly. If you find them in the kitchen, it can symbolize an energy related to nourishment and abundance. Maybe there is something that needs to be balanced in your financial life or in your relationship with food. If you find them in your bedroom, it could tell you about internal worries, accumulated stress, or thoughts that do not let you rest. If they concentrate in a specific point of the house, it can be a sign that in that point there is a loss of energy, a negative charge that needs to be released. The monk raised a finger as if to emphasize a crucial point. Ants never appear without a reason. They are not just insects. They are messengers of a hidden truth that, once revealed, could change the course of your life. If ants appear in your house once, perhaps you do not care. But if you start seeing them repeatedly, in different angles, sometimes specific, then you need to pay attention. Nothing in the world is a coincidence. Spirit ants are silent messengers that bring warnings, reminders, and revelations. The key to understanding their message, Cato continued, lies in how they appear and in the context of your life at the time. If you've been seeing ants a lot lately, it could be an urgent call to action and discipline. Have you been procrastinating on something you know you have to do? Ants represent methodical work, the perseverance that leads to success. Their presence insists that it is time to act, to build, to move forward without excuses. And the quantity, added the monk, also has a deep meaning. If you see only one or two every now and then, it could be a small sign that you need to make some small changes in your life. But if the ants appear in large numbers, if they seem to be multiplying, if they are invading spaces where they were not before, the message is more urgent. It could be a warning that something is out of control, that you may be accumulating responsibilities without realizing it, carrying more than you can handle. Or worse yet, it could be a sign that there are invasive energies in your life, people who are stealing your time, peace, attention. Kaito looked carefully at his listeners. Pay attention to whether these ants appeared in moments of indecision. If so, the message is clear. Do not rush things. Ants do not move without strategy. Every step they take is calculated. If you are in a moment in your life where you have to make an important decision, their presence tells you to act with patience, to look at the whole picture before taking the next step. The monk grew more serious, his voice almost lowering to a whisper. But there is an even deeper message behind their presence, a message that very few people know, a message that can redefine your connection to the unseen, to that which is beyond what the eyes can see. Kaido straightened, his gaze now steady and penetrating. Since ancient times, ants have been seen as creatures of wisdom and strategy. But what many do not know is that their meaning transcends the symbolic and reaches into the Holy Scriptures. Yes, the Scriptures mention ants as an example of divine intelligence, a reflection of how we should live our lives, with discipline, prudence, and long-term vision. In Proverbs, it is written, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. She has no captain, no overseer, no ruler. She prepares her food in the summer and provides her food in the harvest." This teaching is powerful. The monk paused, letting the biblical words resonate in the silence. God calls us to watch the ant and learn from it. Even though it is small, it does not wait for someone to tell it what to do. She doesn't need orders. She just does it, preparing before the need arises, working persistently, and not letting laziness stop her. Her message is clear. Don't put off until tomorrow what you know you need to do today. But this verse also has a deeper meaning, Kaido continued, which connects directly with the spiritual world. The ant plans its future and saves its food in times of abundance so as not to suffer in times of scarcity. And here the key question is, how are you preparing your spiritual life? We live in a world of uncertainty, of problems, of financial crisis, of unexpected emotional challenges. And many times, when these moments arrive, we find ourselves without protection, without strength, without a solid foundation. The busy ant teaches us that we must strengthen our spirit before the storm comes. Let us not wait until we are in the midst of chaos to begin building our faith. It is now, at this moment, that we should nourish our soul, that we should come closer to the divine, that we should strengthen our confidence that we have a purpose in every situation. Kaido smiled softly, and here's another crucial detail. Ants don't work alone. They always go in communities, moving forward together, supporting each other. On the spiritual level, this reminds us that we are not meant to walk alone. The higher power calls us to live in unity, to surround ourselves with people who build our faith, who help us grow, and keep us steadfast in difficult times. The monk looked at the group again. So if you have recently seen ants in your house, if their presence has been constant, ask yourself, am I diligent in my life? Am I preparing myself spiritually for what's to come? Am I surrounding myself with people who motivate me or those who drain my energy? Kaido took a deep breath, and there is something else, a message hidden in the scriptures that few have noticed, a message that connects the ant with one of the greatest spiritual revelations there is. When the universe sends us signals, it does not do so randomly. Every message has a purpose, every appearance has meaning. And if ants have appeared in your home, it's not enough to notice them. You have to interpret the message they bring. Context is key. It's not enough to know that ants represent discipline, order, or hard work. You have to ask yourself, what part of your life needs change? In what area are you ignoring a call to action? The monk continued calmly. If you find them near food, in the kitchen or in the pantry, this is a message about nutrition and providence. It can be a reminder to take better care of your body, to be careful about what you consume and how you nourish yourself. But on a deeper level, it could be related to your finances and material security. Are you managing your resources well? Are you wasting what you have been given, or are you acting wisely? The ant teaches us to prepare for the future, not to spend thoughtlessly, to sow before waiting for the harvest. If they appear near your bed in your bedroom, Kaido said, pay attention to your emotional and mental state. The bedroom is the place of rest, the space where our minds turn off to recharge. If ants have invaded that place, it could be a sign that your mind is agitated, your thoughts are disorganized, and your spirit cannot find peace. Maybe there are worries that keep you from sleeping, problems that you are carrying around, and that do not belong to you. The ants here are a reminder that you need to cleanse your inner space, release unnecessary burdens, and find clarity. If you see them on your office desk or near your work tools, the monk explained, the message is clear. You should focus more on your mission. You may be scattered, jumping from task to task without making any real progress, or perhaps you are procrastinating, leaving important projects for later. Ants don't waste time. They work with purpose, with consistency, with a long-term vision. If they have appeared in your work area, it is because the time has come to take control, eliminate distractions, and move forward with determination. Kaido raised his voice, but his tone remained calm. If ants have invaded your home in large numbers, if they do not stop multiplying, this could be an urgent call for spiritual healing. This can symbolize that there is something out of balance in your life, a sign that you are overloaded, that you have allowed too much worry to consume you, or even that there is an intrusive energy that is draining your vitality. It is time to do a deep cleaning, both in your home and in your inner life, eliminating what no longer belongs to you, what you have little use for, what steals your peace. The monk concluded his teaching with a benevolent smile, but remember, the presence of ants is not a punishment, but an opportunity. The life force uses the smallest details to send us great revelations. Nothing in this universe is a coincidence. Everything has a purpose, everything has a message, and if ants have appeared in your home, don't ignore it. It's a call, a reminder that the time to act is now. Maybe life has been sending you signals that you may have overlooked. The divine has spoken to you through the smallest details, and today this message has come to you because it was the moment of awakening. The real question is not why the ants are in your house, but what they are trying to tell you. If this is a time of confusion, of chaos, of uncertainty, understand that this disorder is never eternal. Just like the ants, organize your life. Nothing is lost, nothing is beyond your control.